so we get the best done. Mike Davis joins us now, founder and president of the Article 3 Project. I encourage you to go to the IAP.org to learn more about his organization. Mike, thank you for coming on with us to talk about this issue.
Thank you for having me on.
I want to just give you the opportunity to set this up for us a little bit. We've talked minorly about the Dominion lawsuit against Fox News. What do you think that people need to know about what's taking place here?
Well, I think that the Dominion is targeting the wrong defendant here. The defendants are the people who made the defamatory statements. When you're going after a news organization for accurately reporting what one side is alleging and then accurately reporting what the other side is denying, that's called journalism. That's what reporters are supposed to do. They're supposed to put aside their personal biases and accurately report both sides. And that's exactly what Fox News did with these allegations against Dominion. They ended up being false, but there are a lot of allegations that are reported in the news that end up being false. You can't sue a news organization out of existence because they did their job called journalism.
I think that's
maybe these liberal organizations like CNN, the New York Times, and all these armchair lawyers who are jumping on and attacking Fox should try actual journalism.
So I kind of want to break that down a little bit, too, because, of course, you're a legal expert, but you're consuming all of this like we all are. There's a moment of time here, a time frame, where the people who want to beat Fox News, in many cases can't beat them in the ratings, but the people who want to disparage Fox News now are going to use this time where the lawsuit has been filed and up until a verdict or settlement is reached. And they're going to use this as an opportunity to try to bring Fox News down a little bit. But ultimately, there is going to be a conclusion to this lawsuit. Do you think that Dominion has any standing to win potentially their $1.6 billion with a B dollar lawsuit against Fox?
That is such a stretch for just on the damages number alone. It's just silly how much they're alleging against Fox, that Fox caused $1.6 billion in damages to their company. I think that's too much of a stretch. Just if this lawsuit could even get to a jury. The problem is that many of these states around the country have anti-SLAPP laws, strategic lawsuits against public participation laws, and you have a heightened burden when you're suing a news organization or journalist in their individual capacity, because our country, our laws are set up where we want to promote the First Amendment. We want to promote journalism. So we don't want journalists and news organizations to get sued for doing their jobs and accurately reporting what people are alleging, even if they later turn out to be false.
Mike Davis with us right now. He's the founder and president of the Article 3 Project. I guess in discovery here, they've been able to release some communications that have existed with people at Fox. And I'm wondering if you think that there has been anything that has been exposed in these communications that will cause any legal trouble for those individuals.
No, I mean, this shows the editorial process within a news organization. Of course, if you subpoena a news organization and get their text messages and their emails and cherry pick and present those in the most damaging way, you could present a story here. But at the end of the day, I don't even know if a judge is going to let this get to a jury. But if it does get to a jury, I think that these plaintiffs, the Dominion plaintiffs, are going to be surprised at the results. This lawsuit is a stretch. The damages are definitely a huge leap. I think that they're going after the wrong defendant.
Before I let you go, Mike Davis with us right now. You're also the founder and president of the Internet Accountability Project. It's interesting to me that there are some people who have come on Fox News who have said, some disparaging things about Dominion, and I guess Fox News is looking to be held accountable for those individuals who have said those things. And then we look at the internet and Twitter specifically, and the things that Twitter allowed to come on and defame and essentially lie and censor other people for real truths that were supposed to be communicated and shared on the internet through Twitter. Through your Internet Accountability Project, do you feel as though there's any movement to actually restoring accountability to some of these platforms that have had great effect on our elections?
I do. And I think there are a couple things that are happening that are very, very important. Number one, Elon Musk buying Twitter and restoring free speech to Twitter. That's critically important. But the problem is we can't rely on a benevolent billionaire, a good person like Elon Musk, to enjoy our free speech online. We have to do more. We have to reform Section 230, where these online platforms can't use Section 230 of the Communications Decency Act of 1996 to do the Democrats' bidding and censor, silence, deplatform, and cancel conservatives and others with whom they disagree. We also need to update and enforce our century-old antitrust laws to break up big tech's monopoly over online communication and commerce. There are bills working their way through the House and Senate. House Republican leadership need to stop doing Google's bidding and get on board with these bipartisan antitrust reforms. And I don't think that President Joe Biden is doing anything right at all except for his antitrust law enforcement against big tech. He appointed Jonathan Cantor to lead the Justice Department's antitrust division, and Jonathan Cantor is doing a fantastic job. He's continuing President Trump's antitrust lawsuit against Google based upon their online search monopoly, and he also brought this critical lawsuit, really the silver bullet, to break up Google's monopoly over online advertising. Google monopolizes all three sides of it, the buy side, the sell side, and the trade side of digital ads. And if you break up Google's online monopoly, their ad tech monopoly, that's the silver bullet to break up big tech. And here's the final point about censorship. If Google competed against YouTube instead of acquired YouTube, there is no chance that YouTube would be censoring Senator Rand Paul, a medical doctor, over what he stated about COVID correctly that was called misinformation and disinformation before and now ends up being correct. So in order to break up big tech's control of the internet, their censorship, we need to break up big tech with our antitrust laws.
Last question for you before we let you go. We're speaking with Mike Davis. Do you believe that the political parties right now have this as a key issue that they're actually willing to act on in a campaign, and then if given the victory once they get into office?
There is a rare bipartisan closing window of opportunity where the populist wing of the Democrat Party and the Elizabeth Warren, Bernie Sanders wing of the Democrat Party and the Trump populist wing of the Republican Party have come together to support these antitrust reforms. Even Senator Mike Lee, my friend, who I think is a fantastic man, used to be skeptical of big tech antitrust enforcement. Now he has been red-pilled and seen the light. So yes, it could be done. The problem is Jim Jordan, House Judiciary Committee Chairman, talks a big game about holding big tech accountable, but he does Google's bidding behind the scenes. And so until Jim Jordan becomes a convert, nothing's going to happen. He controls the powerful House Judiciary Committee. And so Jim Jordan needs to stop being Google's water boy, stop doing Google's bidding, and start looking at ways that he can hold big tech accountable.
Well, Mike Davis, founder and president of the Internet Accountability Project, this is a very key issue going forward. And every day that passes that we don't rectify this situation, more damage is done. Thank you for coming on to talk to us about these issues. We appreciate you.
Thank you, Annie. Bye.
Bye-bye.